Hi, everybody. This is Lorraine from Chat and Craft with Lorraine Tierney, and this is my first time going live on YouTube. So I'm trusting that this is coming out okay and that things are not too blurry or too off center. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Warner, New Hampshire, although I'm spending most of my days in Massachusetts right now at my daughter's house helping out there. And I love to make cards. I love to share the joy of cards that I've made with other people. I love to teach people how to make cards. So right now doing that online is what works best for me. So if you're watching this live, please say hello so I don't feel like I'm talking to myself. And if you're catching it on a replay, thank you for watching. We're going to make a Boughs of Holly Fun Fold card. I did this in my Zoom class that I have every Tuesday night that everybody is welcome to attend. It's a free class and you can find out all the information for it over on Chat and Craft with Lorraine, Chat and Craft with Lorraine Tierney, I guess it says on Facebook. I post everything on Monday and the link on Tuesday, and then you can join me at 6:30 p.m. to make the card. So this is a fun fold. After I make this card, I'm going to make the Sharon variation of this card. One of the participants on Tuesday night's class did it a little bit differently, and I really like that fold also. So I'll show you that one. So this is the card. This is the Boughs of Holly paper, and I used the Boughs of Holly die cuts. This is stamped, and just the outline is die cut, and the same with the berries. I put that on a piece of vellum there, and I used a sentiment that's from the Framed and Festive, the new Fitting Florets collection, and that's what the oval is cut from also. The bundle, the Framed Florets bundle, has 3 different ovals, or actually I think you get, yeah, 3 different ovals you can cut in some different frames, as well as leaves and other framelits. So it's a great little set. So this is the card that we're going to make today. I haven't stamped my inside sentiment. I'll do that. It does stand up. It looks kind of like a Z fold when it's like that. So we're going to start with a piece of patterned paper, and this is 5 1/4 across the width by the full 12 inches. And we're going to do a little bit of scoring to that. And remember, when you score your patterned paper, you don't want to press too hard. It's not quite as thick as the cardstock. So I'm going to score that at 1 inch, then at 4 inches. And then I could open up the arm on my cutter and do 8, or I can just turn it around, which I'm going to do, and do it at 4 inches again. But then I'm going to turn my paper back around this way. So I have the 1 inch section on the left and then the other 3 sections. The card base is just a single piece of cardstock that's 5 1/2 by 4 1/4. And so that's going to go under this first piece. But before I adhere it, I'm going to do my folding. And I didn't bring my bone folder over here, so I'll just use my finger. So I started with the most right-hand side piece down and folded the whole thing over to the right. Now I'm going to go back to the left, and now I'm going to fold that little 1 inch piece back to the front. Now before I put this on the paper, I'm going to do a little bit of stuff to it. First I'm going to glue down this flap. So when you open it by pulling on this, I don't want this moving. Okay, so I'm going to adhere that little flap down right there. And I'm going to put a 5 1/4 by 1 inch piece of cardstock over that. Now this is the same color as my base, just because I want to break up that red there a little bit. You could put another piece of patterned paper if you want. You could emboss this piece if you want and have that there. There's all different ways you could do it. So I'm going to put this on, and it should cover that right up. Okay, and now I'll adhere this last panel to what I'm calling the card base. So I'm going to put it on with it folded up so that I can see the borders all the way around and get it nice and even. And then just give that a minute to set. Hi, Michelle. Thanks for watching. Okay. There you go. And the inside, I have a piece that is 3 1/2 by 4 3/4. And I'm going to put my sentiment on that. But I'm going to do my sentiment first before I adhere it. So from that framed and festive set, I'm going to use the little Merry Christmas, because you'll see I used another one of those for the front of it. Let's see if this is straight. That looks pretty good. Okay, and I'm going to use my grid paper to help me try to get this straight. There we go. And I'm going to do another one while I have this out, because this will go in the inside of the Sharon fold that I'm going to show you. There we go. Okay. I think you'll like this one, Michelle. You'll have to give it a try. I'm going to put this on. And again, I'm going to try to center it right in there. Okay. Now on the front of this, I have a circle, an oval, and a frame, and I didn't like how stark the white looked on this, so I used the blending brush, but you always get a little bit of a mottled look when you're trying to do the blending brush lightly. So on this one, I decided to use a piece of the garden green, and I embossed it with gold embossing powder. And it says, may this season be filled with peace and joy. There go the dogs. I'm so sorry. I don't want to leave here to get up and let them out, but they're barking at somebody. And I'm going to try not to yell at them and have you hear that. So I'll just keep talking and pretend that they're not barking. So this oval only fits in here one way. Okay, so I'm going to be very careful about how I put that on. I'm going to put my oval on first, and then I'll put the frame around it. And I'm going to pop it up a little bit with some dimensionals right down the middle of that. And then I think I also popped up the other frame. I'm going to check it. Okay. How did I do it on this one? Oh, I put a bigger oval behind there. Well, I wasn't that smart this time. So I'm going to have to pop this up. That was really smart to put a bigger oval behind it. Oh well, we'll do the best that we can. I'm going to use some edges here. I hope you use all the edges of your dimensional. I'm sure you must. Nobody wants to see these go to waste. And I'm going to curl it around a little bit, making sure I need to move that a little. Get that out of the way there. Okay. I'm going to cheat and put this down right. I'm going to scoot it underneath just a bit, but right along there, so that my frame can sit on it. And if it doesn't work, I'm going to cry. No, if it doesn't work, we'll figure out something else. Creative opportunities, right? We all fly by the seat of our pants sometimes. I like it much better with the garden green oval and the gold embossing. Okay, so these will fit right on there. And then I'm going to have to make, I need another one over here, and I'm going to have to make a little shim to hold the outside of this. I really should have a good idea more than once a week, and that putting that other oval under there was a good idea. But I have a piece. I have an extra green oval here, and I'm just going to cut a little piece of it. I'm hoping this is going to work. And I'm just going to put this underneath here to hold these two pieces together, and it won't show too much because it's the same color, and if it shows through, there you go, and that will hold it. So that worked. I know the lighting is a little bit off, but there it is right there, and then you open it up and it looks like that. Now on this one, I put some die cuts with a piece of vellum just to mute that background a little bit. But I decided not to do that on this one, mostly because I was out of time. I may go back and add it. I think that looks a little plain without it. But I want to show you the other variation of this. And I'm going to look and see if I might have, when I cut out the ovals, the different size ovals, I put the extra ones in here. So this blue oval is a little bit bigger. Let me show you before we do the others. I can put this on here and then put that there. If I get it right. Oh, I forgot to put bling on that. I'm going to bring it back. That won't show. So let me go ahead and do that. I'm grabbing my silicone mat so that I won't glue myself to the table. And I'm going to put a little glue along the inside of this. I want to make sure I don't have any blue showing around the edge. Then I'll glue this in and I'll pop the whole thing up. Okay, we'll put that aside for a second. I'm going to put some of the Bling, these gold swirl adhesive dots on here. I love these. They are so nice and shiny. Do you give a little press down on your embellishment, on your bling, before you pick them up, just to be sure that that glue dot on the back stays where you want it? So there's my little bit of bling on that. Okay, so let's do that other fold quickly. So it's going to use the same size card base, the same piece of paper there, and the same scoring. We're going to score at 1, 4, and 8, but we're going to fold it a little bit differently. So 1, 4, and then turn it around and do 4 again. Okay. And now for this one, we are going to have the centerpiece be the piece that goes on the card base. And your right hand side is going to fold in, and your left hand side will fold in, and then this piece will fold back. So it still opens like a book. Whoops. But it's going to be, I guess you would call it, more of a book fold. And then on this one, I liked putting my piece of cardstock like that. So I had a bit of the pattern, then a bit of green, and then the less detailed pattern, the subdued pattern. So that's the first thing I'm going to do, is put my piece of cardstock down right in there. And I want it to overlap, or be under, I should say, just a bit here. There we go. My paper's not straight, so now I can't tell if I am straight. I think that's pretty good. And now I'll glue this 1-inch flap over. I want you to tell me which style you prefer. Do you prefer it the Z fold? That's this one, which is like a Z fold. Or if you prefer the book fold that we're making this time. So now I'm going to glue this piece to the card base. And again, I'm going to try to center it. It's kind of hard without getting my head right into the camera. I'll open it up just so I can, okay, like that. And then this one would go in the middle. So this is the Sharon fold. And on this one, I think I would definitely put something there so that as you open it up, you see something. But remember, you may not want it to stick out beyond this, or if you do, maybe it's an oval and it's hidden buy this. So this one has the green frame and the words on the red. It's the opposite of this one because I didn't want to throw out or not use the extra pieces. So let me just put this one on now with some dimensionals. I'd love it if you would like this video and subscribe to my channel if you are not subscribed already. I often, or I always post my YouTube lives over here after I've done them, but I may start doing some videos directly live over here. I'm challenged right now with trying to get set up a schedule because of some life circumstances, so they'll probably be announced at the last minute. Okay, so now I need a little bling on this one. I have a little bit of embellishing or embossing powder right there, stray embossing powder. So that's the perfect place to put an embellishment. And then I also like to put them around the outside of the oval. Whoa, I popped that one right off. I think I'll go way up there this time. So there you go. There's actually 3 different variations. I definitely like the green on the inside better than the white, the green or the red with the gold embossing. So I hope that you will give this card a try. I hope you'll use some of your DSP and make some beautiful cards. And don't forget to send them to people. That's the superpower of card making, is being able to share that joy with others. So thank you for joining me, either watching it live or watching the replay. I'd love if you'd comment and I would be sure to respond. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.